Yeah, we just a few blocks from our house on the way to Ball, noticed the deck of a house or of a duplex on fire.
Right.
And it was a very small fire. And my first thought was, there is no way these people know that that's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I slammed on the brakes and backed up and pulled over and got Jackson called 911 and gave them the information. And I ran across the street and started banging on the door. And nobody was answering after, well, it felt like 5 minutes. It was probably 10 seconds. But I kind of took a few steps back from the door to see what the fire was doing. And the entire side of the duplex and the side of the neighboring house were both on fire, and the siding was melting. And so I gave up knocking on that door and ran around to the house and banged on their door. And like 10 after 8 or quarter after 8 in the morning on a Sunday. And in the moment, seemingly very angry person answered the door. And I said, like, you got to get out of the house. The side of your house is on fire. And they're like, immediately, jumped into action. But, and then I went back around to the other side of the duplex to start banging on their door. No answer there, but I tried the door and it wasn't locked. So I just opened the door and started screaming into their house to get up, and they got up. And I asked them if they knew if their neighbors were home. And they said, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. So I went back to start banging on their door. We got everybody out, and we figured out everybody was out and safe, and the fire trucks came around the corner, and we left and went to baseball. They were up by 3. He was pitching, there was 2 out, and he gave up a grand slam and they lost. And after the game, he came up and said, "That one hurt, Dad. That one really hurt," and gave me a hug. And then he said, "But we have a house to go home to."
Wow.
So
yeah,
it was a pretty good morning to learn some perspective, I'll tell you that much.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Jackson, I played a lot of baseball growing up. I was on teams that went to provincials and westerns, and I was really fortunate to play on a lot of good teams. But so I know how important sports are. But that's so you can be very proud of. First off, hugging your dad. It's okay to do that, but also. But also what you said to him about that you have a home to go to, because both of you made a difference that day. So you talk about the seconds that passed and it felt like minutes. That I know that's the way when you're in the fire service, even though you've been to numerous incidents like that.
Yeah.
Seconds seem like such a long period of time. Those seconds really matter. So those few seconds until you were able to contact the people, those were really valuable seconds that you quickly went into action, because with all this wood and vinyl type siding, of course, fire escalates quickly. Mitch and Jackson, thank you so much for joining us virtually. We at SFD and myself believe it's very important to acknowledge your actions and your selfless commitment to helping others. As a community, we are thankful that you were at the right place at the right time. We are also thankful that you were willing to put your plans for the morning aside to help someone else. Perhaps others would have driven by, but you did not. Mitch and Jackson, we can't thank you enough. Helping others, even people that we have no connection to, is a critical value of the culture of Saskatoon and the Saskatoon Fire Department. Thank you for putting this value into action. So I understand that we delivered a package to your home earlier today. And if you would like to open that envelope now, I'd be honored to present you with what is contained within it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So what we have there is an award. We're honored to present you with this award of merit today for your selfless actions. So thank you so much from the Saskatoon Fire Department.